Welcome back to my Pillar of Eternity Let's Play series. This boss fight against Lilith, I am having problems killing her at the current moment, so I'm going to come back to kill her at a later date. Those shades and Lilith are quite difficult to kill with due to they have a high high agility rating to avoid that type of attack. There are two bots, but I can do that on my own. One against Lilith, and potentially whatever bosses are at the bottom of my stronghold. My library is going to be done in 9 hours. And Heritage Hilldale, 30 minutes. Well, yeah, I have to travel through
Good day to you.
the guard hold up a palm. Sorry, but this district is closed by the order of the duck himself. Vela sent me. I'm looking into the missing guard. Glad to see she got our best on the case. The guard glanced at the gate. This place is eerie enough without a watcher or two disappearing every week. That is bad for morale. Two disappearing a week. I have the gate open immediately. Just watch yourself. I'm afraid we can't send any more after if this goes badly. I understand that. Farewell.
This entire
Undead.
smells like it. Could have done.
Enemies like these are easy for the moment. Poor arm. Let's see, what does this... Oh, this staff does more damage than this poor arm does.
Hmm?
With the undead in the area, there'll probably some necromancer in the area, most likely.
Attack! It's not working!
Finch said from somebody else.
It's not working! Attack!
What's... Oh, my character is no longer paralyzed. Or stunned. Let's see what loot. Vessel. Oh, flesh and a bone. That is reassuring to see those things.
It's not working!
Switch to your bow,
It's not
Edgar.
working!
One at a time. This is easy.
Onward! I have...
Yes. How may I help?
I'm here.
Over to this statue. Burnt lady. It required a key. I clicked on the wrong thing. That museum probably played some importance of some kind. A ghost. A woman turned when you enter. Her wide, pale eyes shine like lamps in the darkness of the tomb. For four crucible knights, however nearby, their glades expressed a expression fixed on her. Reinforcements, alas. I hope you come armed because you got to get out of here. Something about her seemed hazy and insubstantial, even in the darkness of the tomb. Who are you? A commander of the Quizzical Knight. I led the militia station around Heritage Hill. Securing the district became my responsibility when this whatever happened. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you're already dead. Her eyes grow cold and hard. You better explain yourself and be quick. You're a ghost. You've been luring Quizzical Knights to their deaths. She freezes in place and hover in the air. No, that's impossible. I'm only been. I can't be. The other side of the tomb is visible through her gaping mouth. She looked at her hands evenly for the first time, turning them in front of her as her eyes and her mouth widened in horror. What have you done to me? Her expression hardened and the Quizzical Knights behind her stirred another night's attack. Look like you have a bit of a problem. This spirit is mad. Is that mad for whatever reason? and haven't accepted her fate yet. Let's see, I don't want that spirit to be casting magic, so I have that person cast that spell. Canna. Okay, paralyze. Switch to your blade cannon. After this night's finish, I should focus on night finish. Okay, that was interesting. A pillar of faith.
This is it.
Let lower your stat spirits.
Working.
That's not very helpful. Beyond your seat.
You spirits, I don't like you.
It's not working. Onward.
I am getting a lot of bad rolls. I'm probably just not using my tactics. Like, better reload. Auto save. These spirits are
Yes?
tough. These spirits are tough enemies. Let's see if I can persuade her that she's dead and not be overswarmed by the knights. I came searching for the survivors, only too late did I realize there weren't any. She brought a hand to her dead head, her skin practically transparent. I found myself surrounded by these creatures outside, and I had to seek refuge. Funny, isn't it, to hide from the dead in a building that was meant to hold them in the first place? What are these soldiers doing here? She looked at them, but she doesn't notice their distant gaze and the way they sway on their feet, or she thinks of nothing of it. They're under my command, of course. They heard my call and been waiting here with few more to help us fight our way out of here. I think something may be wrong with them. That's what I've been trying to tell you. We've been stuck here with no action for I don't know how long. She closed her eyes and shakes her head. We need to leave while we're still on our feet, I see. I have to be the one to tell you this, but you're already dead. Ah, so I have to kill this specter. There's no way around to persuade this specter to give me what I need. Her eyes grow cold and hard. You better explain yourself and quickly. You're a ghost and you've been luring Frisbee Knights to their deaths. After getting rid of this spirit thing should be relatively easy, I think.
That's not very helpful.
Don't tell me you're doing a paralyzed attack.
Can't move.
Your knights are a pain in the arse. Don't die. Canna, don't die on me.
This thing isn't doing.
Let's hop.
Your spirits are getting to be annoying now. Okay. Heal yourself. And all of them are on full health still. Paralyzed still. This is gonna be one tough fight.
What?
I may be able to win this fight.
Feels like I've been tossed. Durance.
I can do this.
Lava will be on.
I just need to keep healing my body.
Seek.
How may I help?
Lava will be on. Seek. What?
I have to rest after this fight. 4 damage from that crossbow bolt only?
Hi?
Let's have it out! Lavaro, Bio, Seek.
This fight was one tough one. This is the same armor that my party members have.
I'm here.
This game will have risen the difficulty a bit within this area.
Laying low.
What does the tablet says? Trapped its arm, great sword, plate mail. That armor is still good on him. That's 12 armor. That plate armor has the same
Yes?
same stats as the plate armor I picked up. Oh, construction is done. You wake up, see Durance. His staff held both hands of his before him. A flame flickered on at the top and casting long shadows across his face. He stares in contemplation. Still, for all the light of the fire, your eyes can't focus on it. Perhaps it is awakening from sleep or the trick of the light, but it seems indistinct, blurred around the edges, everything except for the staff. The staff seems to be studying its engravings. As you watch, the engraving glow, sending red lights through the cracks of the heat suffused wood. The lines stream like molten metal, burning along the edge of his staff, then branches out in an intricate series of fiery veins, bunching quickly with his hand clutch the wood, pulsing as if a heartbeat. As you watch the veins spiral into a dozen separate circles that spiral again until they are arranged in a circle of their own. They pulse, wait, and all is strangely silent. And then suddenly there is a great light from the fire, rushing a veil, a great flash, and you awaken again. You see Durance in the same place, still holding the staff, but he is solid real. He doesn't seem to have noticed you or react to what occurred. I talked to him. I have a question.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I saw something strange. You were sitting by the fire, and I saw a great light from your cell.
Tell me what you saw.
It was like a flash, like an explosion, a rushing of air, incredible bright.
It is the light of the Godhammer you saw.
The Godhammer?
It was a weapon of Deerwood's people, a symbol of their independence. It saved the Deerwood.
What do you know about it?
It brought the Saints' war to an end, knocked a god from his perch. There are few that would deny Aothis overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Aothis of it. You saw its light because I helped shape it, give it life, and release it into the world. Once seen, its glory is almost too bright to be believed, and too bright to be forgotten.
You helped build the Godhammer?
There were 12 of us. We fashioned the weapon, drafted plans for it, prayed for guidance at Ashfall, and it came to me there. Each of us were given a staff made from the forest of black trees around us, glowing with embers and fire far greater than this branch you see now. It felt as if the staff was Margaren's own finger, guiding my hand, guiding the other 11, the shadows of the 12 who would come to stand on the bridge to stop Aothis.
I also saw a dozen bright circles emerging from yourself as well.
Even in that stand, there was a ritual to it. For the 12 that stood on the bridge, there were a dozen shadows cast, a dozen faithful of Margaren, her fiercest supporters and shapers of the Godhammer.
Durance rests himself in front of you, and the flames atop it. Curl for a moment, the light flaring slightly, it splits into a ring of flame, one after the other until a dozen is met.
As 12 held Aothis fast, we 12 unleashed our prayers and let the Godhammer fall.
Then it blossomed brightly, one and resumed its candle intensity. In the harsh aftermath, the shadow seemed sharper in the vicinity, as if they had edges. And you blink to clear your vision. Durance is staring at the tiny candle-like flame intensely.
Shadows cast by the fire of the Godhammer, perhaps. We share their fate as well in time. Now the spine of the Deerwood is marked by the Godhammer, marked by Margaret.
What do you mean, share their fate?
Not all deaths come with stilled breath and stilled heart, or other stilled passions beneath the waste. Some deaths come from silence. The connection we once shared with Margaret. After the light of the Godhammer, it was not the same. It was as if we'd lost our senses, and sense of purpose as well. Instead of victory, being welcomed, there was silence, within and without.
That is deeper stuff, Durance.
Not many can claim to have killed a god. It is less a heroic tale than you would think. And such a death, it changed our faith. All faiths, I expect. Doubt followed, and the world changed. I do not believe Margaret was pleased by what we had done.
Why is that?
The world is broken, the wheel stilled. There is sickness in the world's heart, perhaps the price of crossing a god. Crossing two gods. Even as Margaret shaped our hands, perhaps we carried her will farther than was allowed. Just as Widewind did. Saint Widewind. Mortal arrogance to match mortal arrogance. Yet if the world had changed, then I sought to change with it. If I had forgotten some of Margaret's teachings, I would find them again. I would make her see me again.
What did you do?
I remembered Margaret's teachings. Her reminders on the flesh were more important than the death of a vessel. And I wondered if killing Aethys, if that had simply set him free. Had it allowed him to escape his punishment and be taken on the wheel? Like a mortal? As I stepped from the now blessed Godhammer Bridge, I thought of Ashfall. I thought of the War of Black Trees. Wondered if I needed to be burned to find myself again. That is Margaret at her heart. At least that is my hope. These are the doubts that befall me.
What happened when you returned to Ashfall?
The road to Ashfall is long. Gives one time to think. If you think long enough, do not go home. I left without telling anyone, with only the robes I wore at Halgot, my staff, and my name, which is long buried.
So Durance is one of your names that you used.
Of my fellow 11 craftsmen, disciples, I know not what happened to them, if they suffered the same doubt as I did. But it was underserved. It was wrong. We had done all that, or had asked, grab victory from defeat and
Do you feel as if you betrayed your god?
there is something about being used and cast aside. Perhaps Widewen himself felt it. There at the end, when the hammer struck. To be the proof that your god is hollow as the vessel it inhabits. I tried to find purpose, and avoided all contact with other Magranic priests. Did not seek the walls of Ashfall, and sought to make amends to my god through actions. I joined with the Purges for a time, and not long after came the first signs of the Hollowborn. So many crimes, trespasses, violations. The Salvation. Animancers were another sickness born of the Saints' War. A relapse of innovation, of desperation to heal what we had caused. All seemed worse than before the bridge, not better. And as years passed, the world became even worse still for the victory.
What is the best answer here? Maybe the project weren't what Margaret wanted either. Sweat collected in 30 creases of his forehead and went down his ruddy cheeks. It drips from the tip of his nose. His mouth moves, but his utterance makes no sound. He is, for once, aroused, feeling your gaze. He quickly composes himself, wiping the forehead with the back of his neck.
Worship the whims of some fickle bitch, and you'll never be more than dirt beneath her feet. Worship what she worships, on the other hand. Take her fire for your own, and her esteem comes on its own. Of course, by that time, you no longer need it. Trial and transformation, sure as Durance taught.
Durance glared at you, staring into his eye gave the feeling peering over the edge of a great
You
cliff.
think to put the coals to my feet, but what's burned once will never burn again. These talks are your trial, Watcher. You cannot deflect the truth to one who has already been purified by it.
Tell me what happened on the bridge. We chose the bridge because we could control it. Durance's hand tightened at the top of his staff, as if holding it by the neck. It was a place where we could choke Essos in his footsteps, where we knew his feet would fall, a narrow neck of stone. But it was more than that. It was the spine of the firewood, symbolic of its backbone. Such symbols are important in the construction of a weapon. Durance studied his staff, his eyes traveling along the edge of any weapon. Durance's face hardened, his eye burned, his eyebrow narrowed. I suspect Essos knew that as well, and so did his vessel. In its arrogance, his hand tightened on the staff. He attempted to walk upon the bridge as if walking on the backbone of firewood. We attempted to burn him with the light of our faith and his. 12 on the bridge, 12 in the shadow, then gave ourselves to it. Gave yourself to it?
We put much of ourselves into the Godhammer. Such a device is not simply a machine. There are elements of the spirit in it. Even Widewind's spirit.
Element of the spirits?
Each of the 12 who brought the Godhammer forth would have done anything to save the Deerwood, save its people. It is why we were chosen. Each of us hated this pretender. That rage, that spirit, that rebellion went into our work, and went into studying him as well.
Raiden, why?
We all studied Widewind. He was our enemy, and he had provided the flesh the god wore as a cloak. That flesh made him vulnerable. I knew what fields his hands had tilled, his family, what he had harvested, where he had been born. We sought to know him, what had led him to fight us.
Why was that important?
You don't kill the god. You kill the man it inhabits. And you leave that man a ruin. Burn him to ash. The weapon was meant to not only burn his flesh, but it would burn his soul. And it did. At the cost of our own. At the cost of our goddess's favor. That whore be damned.
It sounds as if you fell victim to your own weapon. Is that why your image was blurred in the dream? Durance frowned, glanced at you with a sharp look. Perhaps your eyes were blinded by the Godhammer light, Watcher. I may feel half a man at time, but even that is twice that most others.
If you fear for my spirit, your fears are baseless. The Godhammer, seeing its light, only fueled my anger and made me stronger. Made me re-examine the teachings of Margarin. Put them in a new light.
It looked as if there was only part of you. It looked as if there was only part of you, as if your spirits had been shielded in half.
I do not need you to cast any more questions on me, Watcher. Nor did I ask you to look upon me without my leave. Get gone, and leave me be.
Hmm?
Okay, what can I work on now? Where's the Bailey? The tower looks to be more important.
Of course.
And let's see what's down here. Connect to that path. What about down here?
Brave, thou Silas lead.
Wait for the event to come my way, then attack us.
Chop!
A bone, and what is...
Cast light in dog.
Oh, that is convenient. That chest there had supplies I needed. Fortis Manor. I should check these manors out. This is a good point to end this episode. In the next episode, I will continue exploring Heritage Hill area and try to find the key to this mausoleum here. See you in the next episode.